Welcome back. We're turning our attention now to the North Cedar Wrestling Invitational held last Saturday that you guys were a part of. Before we get into that, I wanted to remind our viewers that next week will be our last episode before Christmas break. It's getting that time of year. Get your Christmas shopping done, I guess. Come in, get some Durant gear or whatnot. But also, you can also follow us on our Facebook page at Tipton Conservative Sports or our Twitter account at Con Sports. And we also have a YouTube channel. So there's many different viewing options to take with. You also can do mobile. If you have a smartphone, you can take that to the meet. So anyway, back to North Cedar. Another one of those traditional meets you guys go to. Early season, some conference schools at this one. Not that you haven't seen conference schools in duels, but another chance to maybe see matchups against some conference schools. We were in there, ended up placing 6th with 87 team points. Wilton won that. Probably not a shocker that Wilton took that with 229 on the points. The difference between them and Northeast Goose Lake, the second place team was 139.
That's pretty substantial. You want to stop and wait?
Yeah, I was trying to pause it out so I could like edit. I was like,
that's bad.
Gurgle. It's like the swan monster coming out of the snake or something.
This is bad. All right, where were you at?
I'm just going to start with Wilton.
Okay, all right.
Wilton winning with 229, that's probably not a surprise. In my opinion, the surprise probably comes from the gap between second and third. First and second, with Northeast getting 139 points. Northeast is pretty decent this year.
Yeah, usually.
Granted, I didn't make it to this meet, but I mean, they have a pretty lineup as far as a fuller lineup. West Carroll, Illinois was third with 134. Again, we were 6th place with 87. What was your take from that?
Well, I think like you said, I mean, Northeast Goose Lake is usually pretty competitive, and Wilton showed that. I mean, they're wrestling pretty well right now, and I think that's pretty, evident by the number of points they scored. But that West Carroll teams, I mean, we see them like a couple times a year, usually here, and then sometimes up at Clinton. We're not going to Clinton this year, but. And then that Fulton team we usually see another time a year. I think they come over to Northeast Goose Lake when we go up there. So I think seeing new teams like this, like Northland, who's another 1A school, New London I think went up to 2A this year. Comanche went up to 2A, but like Belle Plains a 1A school, North Cedar's a 1A school, Central City's a 1A school, and those are all schools that we will see, further down the road. A lot of times they'll be in our district. I don't think this year. I know North Cedar is this year. I know we are. I know Wilton is all in our section. But I think Central City went up north this year. They might come down for our district. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked that far ahead. But it's always good to see, new teams, different teams. Right. More, different wrestlers that we can kind of compare how we're improving or not.
Well, different motivation from those wrestlers.
Oh, very much so.
That varies by weight class. I mean, you can match up with a guy who's ready to go versus not ready to go, or has a strong shot right off the bat, or somebody that's aggressive right out of the chute, or someone that kind of waits. And I mean, you can learn something no matter what you do. Yeah,
and that's what we did. We kind of used this last Saturday as a learning tool. We had a lot of tape on the boys, and we kind of just used it as a learning tool. I don't think I was overly thrilled at our place at the end. I thought we could have wrestled better. We had 3 guys in the finals, which is always nice to have 3 guys in the finals. I mean, it's always nice. I mean, that's a third of the, or I guess a fourth of the matches. We had a guy in the finals. So I mean, I can't be too disappointed, but yet, you always kind of like to win a couple of those finals matches, or keep on the winning track, and we didn't quite get that done this week.
Well, at this point in season 2, do you want to see more of the depth start developing coming through the consolation?
I think if they are going to get beat, I like to see them have a lot of matches, and this was cross-bracketed and had a lot of matches on the backside, which really helped a lot of the kids just get more matches in and get more mat time in, and be out there, and that's what we really want.
You guys come off this. You get premium, sort of. You don't have a Tuesday match, so now you have 3 days of practice straight. what was the mood? How did practice change from Saturday on into
well, I think
early part of the week?
I think you're right. I try to schedule Thursdays and Saturdays so we have those 3 days at the beginning of the week to kind of work on things, and we really cranked up the intensity this week. I think we were kind of lackluster last Saturday and kind of just going through the motions, not really wrestling with any sense of urgency, is how we put it. You know, if we really want to wrestle with that sense of urgency of scoring points and scoring and scoring and scoring, and you know, putting them on their back and trying for the pin at all times. And I think Saturday it was more, I don't know, they didn't wrestle with that sense of urgency. This week we really focused on that sense of urgency, trying to get the boys to, you know, wrestle with that sense of urgency, still staying in good position, still working on, you know, some technique things that we still need to work on, but really wrestling with that sense of urgency where they need to score, and they need to score every period, and they need to keep moving forward.
Is this a time when you break out more competitive one-on-one drills to score points?
Well, I think what we do is we put them in. We do a lot of situational things this week. We did a lot of situational things where we saw on tape where they were in this position, a whizzer position. Well, then we worked on the whizzer, offensive moves from the whizzer, defensive moves from the whizzer, maybe 2 or 3 different options for each wrestler, and then we would go live in that whizzer position. That's how we kind of approached it. We also did from takedowns. I didn't think we were sprawling very well, and we were sitting back and, you know, throwing in more underhooks than cross faces, and we worked on that a lot this week of, you know, having, you know, wrestler A shoot really a nice really double leg and have that wrestler B really focus on his sprawls and trying to get back and not underhooking so much, and, you know, creating pressure on the head and how to score from them shooting on us. And that's what we really focused on this week.
Back at it tonight. Not as far of a distance, just over to
really.
Wilton. Competition steps up though.
Very much so.
You guys have Regina and Wilton.
Mm-hmm.
Regina, they're one of those another one of those teams. Their lineup's spread out. They have a full lineup now, and they have some quality guys up and down that. Wilton's gonna be Wilton, so always a rival and another chance to go head to head.
Yeah, we was like you said. I mean, it'd be nice only traveling 5 minutes to a meet, but good high quality competition. That's what we want. The only way we're going to get better is to wrestle good kids. So that's what we really truly want, is wrestle the best kids. And I know Wilton and Regina will both bring their best kids. And, you know, like you said, we all have full lineups. It'll be great to watch duels. You
guys get a day off, you go Starmont. Starmont's pretty far north.
Yeah, so it is, a couple hours.
Not to take shots at travel distance, but in reality, a couple hours away. One of those opportunities to see new wrestlers.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of those guys, they're not going to be in a section or a district that would come up here. Some of the teams that are coming in.
Yeah, we have like MFL Marmax up there, who's normally a 1A school that has a couple of 2 or 3 really good wrestlers that we usually match up with. Jessup, obviously another good 1A school that's up there. Starmont usually has some quality kids. I was trying to think of who else was up there. I don't really know who else is up there, but those are some of the really big names that stick out, and they usually have 2 or 3 or 4 good guys. Olwine is another team that's up there up north in that area, and it's a good way to. We like to go up there because it's, like you said, different competition, pretty high level competition, and we like to see how we're doing.
Now that's the last competition you guys have before Christmas break. So after that, you guys open right away that Thursday following on the 3rd. Go to West Liberty against West Liberty, Davenport Assumption, and Lisbon.
Yeah. So we don't
3 traditional powers, and you better be ready to go, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty happy that we have a couple of weeks to practice with them to get them ready for a big meet like that. But it's always good to wrestle good guys. You know what I mean? In the better competition.
Exciting. I mean, well, you got to lump you guys in there too. I mean, you guys have built up a program since I've been here. So I mean, it's not realistic to go and throw your hat in there. So
we try to.
Well, we'll catch up next week. We're out of time today, and we'll catch up with Starmont Tournament, tonight's matches, and maybe look for some matches online here, some video. Hopefully we'll get that done tonight and go from there. So
great.
Until next time, for head coach Jim Weisrock, my name is Ryan Stonebreaker. We'll see you at the meet.